So today is Good Friday in the Christian tradition, and the day after Passover in the Jewish tradition. I'm sure there are other things in other traditions that I don't know. I know that hope has been loud in my world of late, and that this is known as a season of hope. And hope felt I was raised in a Methodist church, and hope felt um, intercessionary, that I was asking for something. I was hoping that something would get better, that someone, something would come, right? That's why we would pray, so that something would come. And especially here it is, this thing that you think that you've been waiting for that is going to make everything right. This Messiah, and it's going to solve it all. And you've waited such a long time, and it's been promised to you, which sounds a lot like MIT to my son, which sounds a lot like the purchase of the perfect house, the perfect dog, the perfect job. When this comes, it will, and here it is. And so I hope for this. It gives me goosebumps. And then you come to Good Friday. Such a strange name. And it's gone. That hope that you have has been strung up somewhere to hang beside that you waited for is gone. And so redeems hope for me, which I'm so grateful for as a Christian. When Christ was taken from the cross and put into the cave, and the cave is sealed, like that Saturday is where my son is. He has no idea what comes next. And everyone else seems to know. Everyone else has a great house to live in. Where's my house? Everyone else has a great job. Where's my job? And it's gone. How the hell am I supposed to have hope there? And he has been gray around the gills and just sitting, and tears just slowly, and I'm like, Bud, you're depressed. And he said, I can't read. I know. I hear you. I can't do anything. Nothing feels right. And there is no name that I know. Hopeless. I don't triangulate between that Christian tradition, the hopelessness, the hope of Buddhism, and everything that I have learned in Kundalini Yoga. Because when you externalize help, ground, hope, that's the trouble. And so everything that we're doing in yoga is the connection. I am connected, I am yoked, I am held. That is an act of what Joanna Macy calls active hope. I can't change the outcome, but I can change my intention, and I can change the locus of my power, my focus. What am I concentrating on? I am here. My family is with me. My dad is still touring colleges. We are still knocking on doors. We are still looking for other options. I choose to concentrate on the teachings that were given to me, even though the teacher is gone. And so this is a wonderful, she is a Black Quaker Buddhist Kundalini teacher. Hope leans forward. Like, could you just put the whole package together, right? And then just like rub it in all over you. So, look, there goes Emily. You get it, man. Hope is not about swinging between optimism and pessimism. The desire for things to be other than what they are is said to be the root of suffering. This isn't a somber recognition, but a capacity to hold the truth of our lives. So she goes on that we are asked to awaken to a basic truth. Whether hope is there or not, I must live from my deeply held values of simplicity, awakening, and peace. And let that be my guide, that I internalize. I am praying to me to remember to stay in it. I'm not praying to be saved. I'm praying to remember to stay in what I know. So Joanna Macy, in her book, Active Hope, which is the absolute spine of our work in the summer practice, Macy speaks of passive and active hope. And passive hope is about waiting for external agencies to bring about what we desire. And active hope is about becoming active participants in bringing about the root of what we hope for. Active hope is powered by our intentions. And she describes a clear process to cultivate this. Take a clear view of reality. Identify a direction or a value that we want to see and feel expressed. And then take action to move in that direction, and that is all. Rather than weighing our chances and moving forward only when we feel hopeful, we set our intention, our aspiration, our purpose, and that guides our actions and focus. We don't wait. We don't wait. We are active in our hope. Similarly, Roshi Joan Halifax speaks, wise hope requires that we open ourselves to what we do not know, what we cannot know. We open ourselves to being surprised, perpetually surprised. In fact, wise hope appears through the spaciousness of radical uncertainty, and this is the space in which we engage. And I feel this in my body as I get ready to get on my mat. The place of uncertainty feels really small. Holy hell, what are we going to do in the fall? What comes next gets small. And in that small, I get really thrashy and scared. And I feel like there is no answer. And when I practice, and one side at a time, one limb at a time, I find space. And in that space is the surprise of wise hope. So it's a long start, but it's Easter weekend. And I call us to active hope as yogis, as Buddhists, as Hindus, as Christians, as Jews, as Muslims. We are holding an intention to hold tight that which is sacred and holy within us, that has only our name as its religious category. Active hope, wise hope, spacious, radical, uncertain surprise. I know this as my Easter, as my spring. So we start there. On our backs. I will light my puja candle. If you want to start on your back, get at it. This will be a 30-minute vinyasa flow. We're putting it together. You're stronger now. You're ready now. You're open now. So let's use it. Let's put it together. So we light our candle and we ask for this radical uncertainty and the surprise that it holds on this magnificent Good Friday. It's here to teach us. Thank you, Mama. Thanks for my bowl, Lil. And on your back. We will move and you will modify as you need to, and you will remember that you are more than you think because you are ready. On your back, knees to your chest, shake it out. Good. Interlace your fingers over your left shin and the right heel high and low. Mm. Mm. Makes such a difference to come into my body just looking for the space. And in the space, I am less constrained, I am less fearful, and I am less certain. And in the less certain, heel to the floor, right hand overhead, stand in that. I can open to more possibilities. Certainty has one answer. This one, we don't know. Many, many answers. Knee to chest, into fingers, other side. Inhale up, exhale down, settle in. So get a little organized. Find the rhythm of your breathing. Open and close your toes, roll your ankles, settle in. It's going to be a simple, steady flow. And the heel to the floor and the left hand overhead. A little shimmy, a little shake wherever it's sticky. Arms wide, left foot to the floor, right knee circles, right leg extends as you're ready. From a line, from 2 points, we open into a circle. And then just reverse. Start at the knee and explore out into the toe. Claim some new territory. Clean up the joint. Two. And one. Good. Change sides, left knee circles. Just making space. Just making space. Into the toes. And reverse. Good. And hold your knees wide and kick out your feet a little bit. Just loosen the toes, roll the ankles so that all the way to the joints of your toes can loosen. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And your feet get floppy. And that will translate all the way up your body. Take your right leg long and your left knee drops across to the right side and then into the center. And your right knee bends and your right knee drops across to the left. And you start to alternate sides. Inhale, center, exhale, change. Arms may be wide, they may be overhead. Three, yep, two. And then use that to put your hands behind your head and take elbow to knee. Bringing the turn a little higher up into the mid back. Just firing through the navel. Good. For three. Good. For two. Good. For one, put your feet down wide. Cross your left foot over your right. Left ankle over right. Take your right hand and reach forward and reach back and reach forward and reach back. Exhale. Inhale. And your fingers are long like a dancer, like you were just going to brush something off of your legs. Three. Hug your ankles. Two. Good. Change. Right hand behind your head, right ankle over left, sweep forward and back. Exhale, inhale. And you have space between your chin and your sternum. It's not far. 3, 2, good. 1. Arms wide, bend your knees, tap out your hips, your low back, loosening. And then lift your hips over to the left, draw your knees up and drop to the right. Right hand to left thigh. And now the left hand sweeps, and we finish the turn of the spine all the way out the left fingertips, which skim along the floor and then reach wide and down towards your hip. Skim along the floor, up and over. And then left arm wide, stay 3. On your exhale, turn your navel to your left side waist, stay 2. And center. Feet flat, little tap of the hips, find neutral. And then hips up and over to the right. Knees up, drop left. Left hand to right thigh, right hand skims so that you're opening the right side chest, the upper back, the right side of your spine. And the right hand drops wide like a wing. As you exhale, navel turns to the right side waist. And then into the center. And the feet flat. Roll all the way up and over. If you need to pad your knees, set yourself up, round your back. And keep your toes tucked under here. And try coming onto your right fingertips and then your left fingertips. And open and close. And there's a little more space in the front body if you're on your fingertips. 3. We're not going long. 2. Good. Keep your toes tucked under. And now pulse your hips back. Drop your head, pulse back. 10. And so you're opening the feet, you're opening the back body. Up. 3, 2, and rise up. Palms flat, down dog. So knees are soft, hips are high, hips sway from side to side. You've got a moment here. Oh, and then bring it down. Tuck your toes, come onto your fingertips, little pulses back, round your back, tuck your chin. So you're dropping your head and finding space through the mid back, right behind your heart. You're opening the soles of your feet. Little pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Down dog is your exhale. Walk your dog one heel really slowly, left heel really slowly. And then hands, knees, child's pose, fold it back, feet flat. Draw forward, draw through, heart high, down dog, take it back. Hands, knees, child's pose. Let it start to move. 5. One more, and then we'll come on to our blocks. So no moon salutes today. Knees down. Put the blocks under your hands, and they may be flat on their bellies or they may be on their sides. You will fit them as you need to. All good? Okay. So the heels of your hands go on the back edge of the block. Lift your knees. And there's space in the center And that's where you'll step your right foot up. So the blocks help you to have enough space that you can clear the floor. If you don't, turn them on their side, right? So that you can press straight down into the block. The block is on the mat or it'll slide around. And then step back to dog. Arms are open, chest is open, left foot steps between the blocks. Find your lunge, right? And then step back. So either the blocks are on their sides or on their belly, and you're alternating sides as though you were taking great steps forward into the day. And as your hips start to open, your heart begins to come forward with each step, and your gaze starts to come forward. You'll inhale it back, opening the arms and the chest. You'll exhale as you step forward, getting a little deeper. For 2. Oh, clearing the back, clearing the breath. 1 more each side. That this repetition builds strength. And then the right foot will step up and the left knee will come down. Turn the block out towards the left. Turn your right toe out toward the right so that the space opens in the center, and let yourself do those great back circles with your right hand so that the hips can move, so that the chest can move, so that the shoulder can move. This spaciousness internally can hold a lot more of what I do not know. We can hold more surprise. Right hand beside your ear, hips forward and back. 2. What I know in my yoga, bend your right knee, toes out, right hand high. Let the hips come a little forward, a little back. Pelvis broadens, chest opens. And in this space, I am connecting to myself differently. I am becoming more aware of what's available inside of me. My hope is an internal experience rather than an external savior. I am remembering, remembering arms, limbs, coming into what I know. Down dog, step back, we'll change sides. So to me, especially the preparation of asana is active hope, making space to hold an intention. Left foot steps up, right hand on the block, turn the right toes out, the right hand out, the left toes out, and a big back circle so that there's space in the center. And then really knowing, making space is the point. Not the circle, not what it looks like, but the sensation of spaciousness. How can I find a little bit more? And then the left hand stays high, and yet the hips continue forward and back. And then keeping the left knee bent, the left hand straight up, the palms face forward. Pubic bone forward, heart comes high, throat is wide. And set down to change at your dog. Step back, down dog. You're just going to take it a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. Open the front body a little bit lower. Right foot steps up. Left knee to the floor. Add your block underneath your left hand. Your right knee bends and your left foot flattens to the floor. Good. So that right hand will come up and turn. So the palm faces the front. And now reach all the way back. Love you, girl. Palm open. Sweep it up, reach forward. Now shift your hips back as you can, maybe reaching the floor. Sweep up and open through the chest. Follow your gaze back to your hands. Sweep forward and down for 2. Again, modify, go where you could go. You're not creating distress, you're creating space. Last time, you're going to sweep up, sweep back, reach wide, look back. 3. So the right knee hugs towards the center line. 2. The right thumb rotates the chest open. And the right hand comes forward and comes down. Step back, down dog. Feeling the right palm, the right armpit, the right hip, the right heel. That starts to have clarity. And the left foot steps up, and the right knee comes down, and the block comes underneath your right hand. And the left hand comes up high, so the left toes point forward, the right toes flatten to the floor, and the left hand, palm facing forward, sweeps open and then sweeps up and all the way down as your hips track back, your hand comes forward. So sweep open and sweep down. Up and open. Forward and down. And then the next time your knee is bent, pause. Chest is broad. Gaze turns back. Left thumb rolls open. Chest is broad. 3. Yep. Ha. 2. Ha. And sweep forward and down. Set your block aside and step to dog. Feeling the left palm, the left armpit open, the left hip high, the left heel long. Giving it time. Let it run through you. So you'll take the blanket that you sit on, or you can roll up the back edge of your mat and step your heels on that seat and the balls of your feet on the floor and put a big bend in your knees and just wag your tail a little bit side to side. My feet fit at least 2 fists between them. Knees are soft. You're bounceable. Walk your hands to the right side. Send your left hip to the left. Walk your left hand away from your feet. Find from the hip to the hands. Drop your head. And then walk back through the center. And if that doesn't reach, put the blocks under your hands and walk the blocks over to the left. Right hip back. And into the center. And a bend of the knees and a wag of the tail. And then hold opposite elbow, soft knees, drop your head in a little bit of a hang, and in the hang, a little bit side to side. So that it's as though the feet are lengthening from the heels to the toes get longer, from the ball of the foot to the tips of your toes get longer. The backs of the knees opening longer, the backs of the thighs opening longer. Drop your head, you can do just a little more. We're going to give it a little bit of a swinging twist. So if you don't reach the floor, I'll have you set up with 2 blocks right underneath you. So bend your knees if you need to, wag your tail, get yourself sorted. And the left hand comes just in front of the right foot, and the right hand swings open. Knees are soft, right? You can bounce, you're buoyant. And then the right hand crosses in front of the left, and you swing open to the left side. Ah. And then you drop the left and you swing open to the right. Oh. Take your time. You are loosening, bending through the knees. You're turning through the center line of your spine. And you're giving it a little pause on each side, but there's a play. There's a spinning open. You'll go one more each side. And the chest is changed. Good. Keep the blocks where they are. Drop your seat and come to stand. And the chest is brighter across. A new perspective. Add your strap. So your strap is wide enough that you can come all the way up and over the tops of your shoulders and all the way back down, all the way up and open. And if you have to jump one shoulder and then the other, your strap is a little too short, all the way up. And once your shoulders start to open, you can add a little bend of the knees, a rounding of the back, and then lifting the heart high, hands back, chin up. So you're determining how deep is the answer for you. So there are practices where you can do this gesture for 5 minutes, and you are kind, and you are steady, and through repetition and good technique and time, you begin to change the very foundation of your connective tissue. All the ways you hold yourself together. Hands up high, drop right across the center and up and over. Up and over. Listening for where it's tight, dark, closed, reluctant. Just giving it time and repetition, technique. Good. At the top, we pause and go to the left and around, up over. Good. 2. One more. Take your hands to the top, take it down the back, wrap your hands around that strap a little bit further, draw your knuckles down, draw your seat back, and then lifting your hips, lift your hands overhead. And they never go further than your shoulders. They never go further than parallel with the floor. If it's too much, step your heels onto your blanket, drop your seat, stand up tall. So if you need to, you set your heels back up, fall the feet down. Sit, lift your hips as you lift your hands, lengthen your toes. Sit, drop your hands, lift your heart. We go. Exhale down. Inhale up and over. Exhale sitting down. Inhale rising. We become deliberate. And in that being deliberate with our movements, we become deliberate with ourselves. I bend, I fold, I move. And when we're deliberate with ourselves and our bodies respond and we start making space, I can trust in myself. I work together. One more. Sit down, fold over, pause a little bit side to side. 3, yep, 2, ha. Good. Drop your seat, drop your strap, stand tall. Let it run through you, let it flush out. Notice what remains. Good. Set your block aside, set your mat, your blanket or bolster aside, and then down dog. One last little spot here, whole front body. Just feeling into ourselves, the front and the back becoming more coherent. Little bounce, little bend of the knees. Right foot steps up. Good. Left knee to the floor. Right hand goes behind you. You can come up or you can bend. Right hand behind to the opposite thigh. Left hand high. And so a little forward and back. Little shimmy. Finding your way up. Up and out. Up and out. Bend your left hand, hold the back of your head, drop your head into your hand. Right hand down towards your knee, left elbow toward the ceiling, softening the left side body, and bend the right knee as you can. 3. No distress. 2. Good. Left hand high and down and back. Down dog. Notice left hand, left hip, left heel. Left foot steps up. Right knee comes down. As you come up, the left hand comes back to the right side thigh. Right hand high. A little forward, a little back. Make your way in and out. Loosen it. Rise. Bend your right elbow. Drop your head into your hand. 2. And right hand high and forward and down. Down dog. Right hand, right hip, right heel. How we've changed. A steadiness, a spaciousness. Knees to the floor. Blocks come into a line and they go tail to tail and they stand on their sides. Okay? So we built a little wall in the middle of the mat. The wall is going to land at my mid-thigh. So high plank, come down. I could float my feet, right? And I can tell that I need it to be back just a little bit, right? Mid-thigh. Put your heart on the floor. Walk your toes closer so you can let go of your hands, right? Elbows wrap in, palms press straight down. Keep your toes on the floor, lift your heart. Little wag of the tail. So big chest opener. Straightening the legs, balls of the feet into the floor. Those little pulses forward and back. From here, strong legs. Bring yourself to chaturanga, bend your elbows, and then lift them up. So it's down and it's up. And each time you go, you're making a little more space. Now, oddly enough, coming onto your fingertips puts more strength in your legs, and you go down and up. 9, 8. You go and do what you can do. If this is totally new for you, it can be really kind of racy the first time. Anchor into your feet, lift up through the chest, lengthen through your navel. 3, 2, and 1. Upright stay, elbows in, heart up, feet to the floor. Tuck your chin, drop your knees. If you need to, pop a block between your heels and pause. We open the front surface of our body to open the passageway to experience the future. Strong back, certainty in our past. I know where I've been. And a soft heart, an open front. I don't know where I'm going. So good. And bring it down into the seat. Let your heels come wide. Knees side to side. Opening. So the chest stays lifted because the original you has the capacity to face the unknown and has the facility to rest in what she knows. Good. As your knees drop left hand stays, right hand sweeps up over. Knees drop right, left hand up over. So I'm adding the upper body. And today, if you choose, if you want to go any further, planting your shin, lifting your hip up and open, and then sweeping across. Knees change. Plant your knee, plant your shin, lift up. Take your time. These coming from a racy Englishman, Tony Riddle. 3, 2. Being surprised at what we find in ourselves. Good. And then we fold, knees drop, fold, and come up. And knees go the other way, and we fold. And just do that 4 times, building the seat. Last time. And upright, legs crossed. Add your seat. Add anything else you require. And we will come to land. A little circle in the hips if you like. A little forward and back if it's needed. Pause tall. Palms together. Om Namo, I bow to that which creates everything, past, present, and future, existing in that great consciousness. Gurudev Namo, I bow to my own inner guide, to the guide I am becoming, to my inner authority. I bow to this. I bow to this. This is the prayer that I would offer out, and I offer it with the intention of being met. I am in help all the time. I am in help all the time. I bow to this experience of being completely helped, even if I can't see it or don't understand the moment. Om Namo Gurudev Namo, I bow to that which sustains me. Rub your palms, just a little whisper. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Interlace your fingers, press away, long, deep breathing. Navel to spine as you exhale. The seat is steady. Heart is high, chest is broad as you breathe in. Inhaling, the heart comes up, the chin lightly in, Jalanhara Bandha. A light lift as you exhale, navel to spine, Muladhara Bandha. Hands straight out. 4 counts in, 4 count hold, 4 counts out. We'll just go straight through today. So you breathe in, your heart up, your chin in, you pause. Stable and steady. Chin up, breath out, navel to spine. To in, to lift. To catch. I am in help. And release. I am free. Fortify where you're falling apart. The palms, the wrists, the elbows. Become precise. Pay attention to it rather than falling apart with it. We will add the Cannon breath. So the breath in, we pause for 4. The mouth makes an O. It goes out with an explosion, with a freedom. Fortify yourself. Press into the hands, firm the arms. One more round. If you need to, shake it out. If you want to continue, inhale, pausing 4, pump the belly, and then out with the Cannon. As you're ready, join in, hold and pump your belly, and out. One more round. Hands high. Inhale, up, up, up. Tuck your chin. Reach. Hook your thumbs. Reach more. Chin up, breath out, hands wide and down. And notice. This light, this awareness, this connection, this self. Send it everywhere. Fold the last 3 fingers in, point the first up, thumb holds the fingers down, and little revert out and out and out and around. Long, deep breathing and circle and circle and circle and circle. Oh. Oh. Deep breathing. Ah. All the grief, all the frustration, all the confusion. Yeah, fuel it, use it. Ah. Oh. Flutter your lips, deepen your breathing, shake up your seat. 30 seconds. Let it shake you up. Let it shake you up. Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't stop. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and up. Inhale, up, up, up. 3 more. Tuck your chin, hook your thumbs, reach up. Pelvic floor up. And release. And close your eyes and take your time. In our practice, we are activating hope by seeing clearly. I am this. By remembering clearly, I am my ground. I am this. It is not a limiting I am, it is a limitless I am the trees, the rain, the season, the bread, the moment. I am this. I am that which I am calling to. I am that which I am calling for. Enfold the confusions of your mind into this energy. The questions, the uncertainties, the unknowns, the disappointments, they are not to be set aside or separated. They're to be enfolded and met. I am with you. I am with all aspects of my experience. One minute more, so still. Soak it in. Stay longer if that serves you. Or maybe tomorrow, if you replay, stay longer then. Plan for it. For now, sweep wide. Palms together, bring your thumbs to the center of your forehead. I am this long sat, short nam. Inhale. Sat nam. Sat nam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. And I will be back on Monday. And however you celebrate the return of hope, may it be so. Do it wisely, do it fully. Be aware that it is up to you to cultivate it, participate, and be surprised what comes in reply.
Recording stopped.